Hi, hello, this is Anup here. And in this video, what we are going to see is MEM Admin Center or Intune Portal console walkthrough. Okay, so let's go into it. This is a post I recently published, probably a few months back published. And we are going to go through this particular post, right? When I started working with Intune, at least started testing Intune, it was a Silverlight portal. And that was a different story altogether. So I don't want to go into that details. Uh, but just wanted to quickly mention it was a Silverlight portal, and there were a lot of changes in the Azure portal when we migrated from Silverlight to Azure, and then MEM is having a different portal now. It is not in the Azure portal itself. So Microsoft Endpoint Manager has its own portal now. We are using that for all the Intune admin or Windows 365 admin or auto patch admin related activities. Let's go to the details. So this was the Silverlight portal I was talking about. Silverlight portal over here, you would be able to see the groups, Intune groups, etc. So this was the second one where we all migrated from Silverlight to Azure. Then device management portal was there, but the look and feel was similar to MEM Admin Center. Then they changed the URL to endpoint.microsoft.com. That is the current portal for Intune. So we are going to go through this particular portal in this video, okay, to give you an introduction of Intune portal basically. Okay. So there are different kind of nodes in MEM Admin Center Portal, as I mentioned over here, and we can manage all kind of platforms over there with that particular admin portal. Linux platform is coming soon, and Windows, Mac OS, iOS, iPad, Android, all those platforms are already kind of supported. And tenant attach is also there. If you are having SCCM managed clients, you can do a tenant attach with SCCM or a cloud attach with SCCM, and then manage some functionalities of SCCM devices from MEM Admin Center or Intune portal. Okay. So sign in, how to sign in, etc. This is the signing process. You need to have a Azure AD account. Intune license is not required. There's an option to avoid that, right? If you don't have Intune license, then that's fine. Login process is similar, so I don't want to go into that kind of details. As you can see, there are a lot of functionalities or products integrated to the MEM Admin Center portal. Microsoft Managed Desktop, Windows 365, Cloud PC, Auto Patch, a lot of things related to security as well. Right? So this is the home page of the portal, and you can see all the details over here. News is coming on this side, and then alerts are over here, status over here, and lot of stuff, right? Guided scenarios over here. If you are pretty new to Intune, you should look into this. Again, what is new in Intune? You can see over here. You can read through the Microsoft documentation over here from here. Dashboard, right? You can customize the dashboard if you want. So you can make your own dashboard and show your own stuff over here. So that's pretty useful. I don't know how many of Intune admins are using that. To be honest with you, I'm not using it, but I feel it is very useful if you are a kind of a operations person and you want to concentrate on some of the stuffs as part of your job role. Then you can take the tiles from the gallery and add it over here and remove some items from here so that it would be a clean dashboard for you. Okay, so that's an interesting option. You must try it actually. So this is my dashboard, custom dashboard, which I created, and you can see I can add the company details or organization details also over there. So these are the general pages or sections available within the admin portal. Devices, apps, desktop analytics, endpoint security. I don't think desktop analytics is there anymore. I'll check. Endpoint security, reports, users. These are coming. The user data is coming from Azure AD, and even group details are coming from Azure AD. Um, but it is going to give you this option is going to give you an integrated feeling. Earlier we used to go to Azure AD groups through the Azure portal. Now it is available over here in MEM Admin Center Portal itself, so that's very good eh, from an admin experience perspective, I would say. Tenant administration, this is all infrastructure related configurations or global configurations of Intune is available here. And troubleshooting and support. So if you want to troubleshoot on a specific user issue, you can type in the user details, and that will give you all the details of that particular user, etc. Right? And then this is the services available. So this is the node over here, and over here you would be able to see what are the services available. Okay, different services available, and what are the things we already talked about the services right over here. So that is this thing which is shown in this part of the portal. Now let's go through devices part. Devices. So this is the device part where you can see I have taken a device and I'm trying to collect the diagnostics details from that device's node, right? I searched for a particular device and am collecting some logs. So this is just an example, but you can get, if you go to device, one particular device, you would be able to see hardware details, application details, complaint, all those particular details you can see over here in this part of the portal. You can filter device service into platform. So Windows is there, iOS, iPad is there, Mac OS, Android, and Linux is coming soon. Okay. And if you go to enrollment, right, Windows, and if you go to Windows, you would be able to see Windows device. If you filter on Windows, you would be able to see Windows devices, device enrolled, Windows enrollment, complaint policies, all the policies, all the workloads related to Windows, you can see over here, PowerShell scripts, etc. And if you go into the enroll devices, not specifically to Windows, but the enrollment, you can see Windows enrollment, Apple enrollment, Android enrollment, and enrollment devices, device limit restriction, platform restrictions, all those details you would be able to see. So this is very useful, and especially Windows enrollment is the section which we want to concentrate, or you want to concentrate if you are an admin who is managing Windows devices. So like autopilot related stuffs are available here under the enroll devices, okay, and Windows enrollment. Autopilot profile, devices uploaded to autopilot service, and this is for basically for hybrid Azure AD, joined autopilot devices, etc. So that's interesting stuff. And you can see automatic enrollment configuration over here, and all the Windows Hello Business configuration and ESP configurations, enrollment status page, right? You might be familiar with that. When you do an autopilot enrollment, you can see the status of the application installation and policy installation in different phases, and that is handled through managed through enrollment status page, and that can be configured over here. Okay. And then you have all the cloud PC related stuff also in this particular part of the portal. So if you go to Windows 365 Cloud in the portal, in under the devices, you would be able to see this. Okay, then configuration policies. There are different types of configuration policies. You can see all the settings catalog is available under this configuration policies, and you would be able to see a lot of details over there also. So see, Linux is coming soon. Okay, configuration policies are different types of policies are available here. And then if we move from devices to apps, you would be able to see segregation over here also. Based on platform, you can filter if you want Windows, iOS, Mac OS, Android, and Linux probably coming soon. And app protection policies for MAM use case, MAM use case, iOS provisioning profiles, all those details, policies for Office apps, all those details are available here. Policy sets are also important. It's very useful, I would say. And if you come down to security, you would be able to see different kind of security policies available in this part of the portal. So as I mentioned before, the desktop analytics node is not there, but after apps, it is endpoint security, where all the security people will be playing around with this, like Microsoft Defender kind of policies and all the BitLocker kind of policies, right? Encryption policies, all those are available over here. And the baselines are very useful if you want to set a baseline as per Microsoft recommendation. So these are the set of policies which are already kind of available for you. You don't need to pick and choose one particular each one of the policies. A set of policies are already available, and Microsoft selected those policies and bundled it into a group, and it is available over here based on the products, etc. Security task is another interesting topic, which I'm not going to go into details. You can manage different security services, I would say. Antivirus service, disk encryption service, firewall, endpoint detection, attack surfers, all those interesting stuffs in the security world you can manage from security endpoint security service in MEM Admin Center Portal. You can set up the Microsoft Defender for endpoint and integrate that service with this setup. So it is very interesting stuff, right? And the next one is reports. Reports is also very much interesting, and Microsoft is putting a lot of efforts to improve the reporting features of Intune. That is very important for them because people always compare SCCM reports and Intune reports. When we started deploying Intune, it was very limited. Now it is improving a lot, and a lot of details are available over here in the reports. And you can use log analytics and all the other stuff to create a custom workbook, etc., etc. So there are a lot of interesting things. But there are very useful default reports available, like device compliance report, device configuration report, group policy analytics reports, update reports, patching reports, basically, right? And cloud attached device reports. And you can see Defender antivirus reports, firewall reports also over here. And data warehouse access is there to access the historical reports, etc. And you can configure log analytics over here from a reports node. You can do it from tenant attached as well, but from the report service, you can configure it and you can see the log analytics and workbooks. If you want to create some custom workbooks for your organization, you can use that as well. So a lot of features are available under reports service also. Okay. Now just look into the Azure AD user node. Okay, Azure AD user node where you would be able to see lot of user kind of detail, and specifically for MEM Admin Center or MEM admins or Intune admins or device management admins. Okay. All users, deleted users are available here. Password reset option is available here. User settings option, all those details are available. Sign in logs, all those. For accessing all these things, probably you might need further access into Azure AD. Some of your organization might have restricted that access if you're part of a bigger organization. Otherwise, you might need a special permissions to watch audit logs and sign in logs, because that is very critical for Azure AD folks. And group nodes, this is also interesting. All the deployments, assignments in Intune are through either through filters. Probably we can use filters. Otherwise, it is through Azure AD groups. Azure AD groups node is integrated to MEM Admin Center console, and that is very important to check the groups and create the groups and check the deleted groups, etc., etc. Right? Tenant administration, as I mentioned before, this is the place where you kind of set up the Intune tenant properly, global configurations of your Intune. All the connectors are here. Index connector, Microsoft Store for Business connector. It is going away anyways, but at the moment it is there. It is going out of support by early 2023, I think. And all those things are available there. Remote help, tenant status, all those things are available under the tenant administration. Tenant status is where you can see health events, the messages, advisories from Microsoft. All those details are available under tenant status. Connector tokens, filter, you can, if you want to create filters, Intune filters, then you need to come over here. And RBAC roles over here, it is available over here. Again, diagnostics settings, this is for log analytics, sending the data to log analytics or some other platforms. All those details are there. Customization, custom notification specifically for Android and iOS users. It is very, very useful. Custom notifications. Tenant enrollment, this is for MMD, right? Manage desktop. Okay, and Windows auto patch is not here in this, but that enrollment is also here available in the tenant administration. So over here you can see tenant status, remote help, all those details are here. See tenant enrollment for MMD, all those details are here. And then troubleshooting and support, where you can select the particular user. This is mainly for help desk, very useful for help desk kind of a persona, I would say. You can say, okay, select the user. If that particular user is having a problem, they called you, and if you are chatting with them, then you can quickly check that user's profile and how many PCs devices are assigned to that, or how many iOS devices they are using, and what is the problem with those iOS devices. Is there any problem with the license, etc., etc. Right. So this is also very useful. Now let's move to the portal. Okay, so now let's look into the portal. This is the portal where you can see the tenant details and all the other details like home and MMD, news, guided scenarios over here. All those details are available over here. Now, if I go to dashboard, you would be able to see I have a custom dashboard. Okay, so you can create your own dashboard. As I mentioned, edit it and add tiles if you want, and cancel it or save it. That is very useful. But as I mentioned, I don't use it very often. All services. So these are the all services available. Devices node, which we talked about. This is the thing we have not talked, but this is the Windows auto patch, which I mentioned. Auto patching service, automatic patching service, which is available or integrated as part of MEM Admin Center Portal. So this requires a specific license or additional license. Okay. So all these things we have already talked about. Now application, right? Application, all these details are already available. If you go to application and add application, you would be able to see different types of applications supported over here, and you can see the existing application also, and go to the properties and go to the edit. If you want to change something over here, you can do that. Okay, that option is also available here, and you can filter based on the different platforms if you want. This is only Windows application, and if you could filter it, then you can see a lesser list of options. Okay, so that's very useful. If you are managing only Windows devices, then use these filters. Apps, reports, device security. As I mentioned, device security is very useful for the security admin team, and you would be able to see the security baselines over here for the different products. Baseline for Windows 10, later endpoint baseline, Defender endpoint baseline, Edge baseline. So if I click on this, you would be able to see different types of profiles, right? You can create one profile if you want, and you can see what is happening over there. So these are the default policies. It's coming up, and now you can change it, you can customize it, you can say not configured, or you can enable it, disable it. So this is very nice, and search option is also very nice. Okay, that's defender policies or custom endpoint security. This is the reporting service or node or page, right? You can see all the details over here. Device complaints details, all the details over here. Update details. It you need to refresh to get this working. Okay, so all these details are available here. That's very interesting, I would say. Okay, I wanted to quickly show one thing in devices configuration profiles. Intune settings is the place. Settings catalog is the place where you want to go and create some kind of policies. For example, if you want to search for a kind of group policy settings, right? So if you want to search for control panel, you can search for that. And if you want to search for administrative templates and control panel, you can go over here, and it says loading. That means it is fetching the details from the service, and it is loading it, right? And you can select one particular thing, and you can enable it or disable it. That's an admin experience of configuration profiles or Intune settings catalog. So that is what I wanted to quickly show. And users nodes is this one, and you would be able to see all these details over here. Audit logs in the lab environment, I have the access, but in production you might not have. And groups is the other thing where you can manage the groups, create the groups, create device groups, user groups, etc., for Intune policy or application deployments, or you can use filters. And tenant administration, as I mentioned, One thing I missed over there is this one, Windows Auto Patch. This was not there in that screenshot, so it is available, and you can see messages, admin contact. You can see the messages over here. Probably the messages directly from Microsoft is coming up here about the deployment schedule, etc., etc. See, and support request specifically for auto patch scenarios, and custom notification, as I mentioned, specifically for Android and iOS. It's very useful. Okay, tenant administration, where you can see all these service health incidents. You can see over here, admin cannot view some device data. This is the new incident, service degradation, and you can see all these details over here. So it started on 14th. Start time is 14th. Yeah, it's 14th, and all those details are available here. Okay. This is where you can select one particular user and check what is happening with the PCs or with the particular user. This is very useful for help desk admins. Hopefully, this was useful. That was a quick video on MEM Admin Center walkthrough. Thank you all for watching. See you next time. Bye bye.